Hello and welcome. I'm Cindy Daychuk with Queen Bee Creations. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Feel free to subscribe, any of those positive things. It definitely helps. Today, I have a special visitor into the shop with me today because it's a PA day and you're hanging with Grandma, right?
Yes.
So introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ellie.
How old are you?
6.
6 and what? Do you remember? 6 and? 3/4.
3/4.
Because she's closer to 7. When do you turn 7?
October 12th.
October. So we are going to be working on a craft together today. We're both doing a little bit different things, but we are both using
Paint
rocks.
and rocks.
Some rocks
Okay,
picked up from the beach. So,
Ellie,
Ellie.
I am going to paint 4 rocks that I get bring home. This one, this one, this one,
Yep, and the big guy.
and this one. I am going to create some quiet things and some loud things.
Ooh, quiet things and loud things. So you're going to surprise us with them?
Yes.
Okay, so Ellie is going to be painting up her rocks. She is set up here with a big box of acrylic paints.
Yeah.
And a tray to be able to squirt them out. So I see we're starting with yellow to start. We'll see what that turns into. And I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. So I have my Dremel over here. Now I happen to have a foot pedal on the ground. You could use any Dremel. And I have this small ball grinding tool on it.
Yes.
What we're going to do is we're going to draw a pattern on here, and then we are going to grind away the outside. So we're going to create that impression and some of the details. It sounds easy.
Yeah.
It sounds like it would work. So,
But it's actually really hard. It sounds easy, but it's not easy.
so we'll see how it goes. I've hand drawn in pencil some designs on some of these, but in case you freak and think, I can't draw, then I want to just show you an alternative. So what I do have is some tracing paper. Lay that over your rock. And I just printed out a design from the internet. So you want to pick something fairly easy, go to clip art and just pick out some images that you like. And you're just going to lay this down over top of it and then take a pencil and just go over the design so that that tracing paper is going to mark your paper. So you don't have to be able to draw, you just need to be able to follow the pattern. Now, if you don't have tracing paper, so if you're saying, okay, that works fine, Cindy, but I don't have tracing paper, then all you do is print out your image, take this, and scribble over top of the whole thing with your pencil so that the back is covered in your pencil. Lay this on and trace over it. And what that will do is as you're outlining, all this pencil on the back is going to transfer onto your piece. So that's a great way to get your imaging. That's a great tool. So even doing this is a great way of being able to transfer lettering onto a sign perhaps. So rather than having to do reverse decoupaging or trying to reverse your image, anything like that, you can get it transferred on easily this way. All right?
Yeah, and also when you're done it, you can and it's like some big gaps, and you could just like go over that drawing and go harder with it, and it will like show up better.
Yes. So if you're missing something, great advice. So what I'm going to be doing, Ellie's going to be painting, and I'm going to be taking the grinding tool, and I'm going to be trying to follow the outline that I have drawn on my image. Okay? So this is the noisy part. Ellie, this is where on the actual video they won't hear us talking.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna replace it with music because nobody wants to listen to. Oh, help if I turned it back on. Nobody wants to listen to that sound on the video.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna flip you to music while we are doing this, and I will move you as well at one point to a close-up of me grinding while we go. All right, start painting, girlfriend.
Yep.
This is the grouping that I've got so far. The next step is to potentially add some color. Okay, so I have these all carved out. I did some little flowers, some hearts. I attempted some little bees. Okay, maybe this was more the attempt, seagulls. And really, you have an option now. You could just take paint, like Ellie was using acrylic paints on hers, so you could take acrylic paints, or you could do soft little watercolors on this, spray seal them if you want to. I am just going to do the following. I have some white wax, I have some turquoise wax, I have some pretty pale purple, kind of mauvey wax that I had made for an earlier video, for the waxing video, with white wax and one of the Maker's powders from DIY. And I also have Golden Rule. And what I'm gonna do is I am going to take a soft cloth. Let's do the hearts with gold, shall we? I'm gonna take a soft cloth and I am just going to rub it over the surface of my rock. I need a little bit more down in the cracks. And what I want to do is get it more into the cracks. And then I'm going to start wiping it back. And what I'm looking for is for it to stay down low with just kind of lightly coloring my rock.
And I'm going to be using this to spray on my rocks, and it's gonna like this record it on.
Get a pattern.
So like, can you explain to Grandma how this works?
So Ellie, why don't you show your rocks first?
Okay. So this is the first one I made. This is the one I was wanting to do first off. And nighttime sky, a house, and some grass. That's my first one. I really like that one. So that was my quiet one. And this one is my loud one. See, so this is the,
Do you remember what it's called?
no,
Megaphone.
megaphone. It's a megaphone, and this part is where you hold it, and this is all the noise coming out of it. That's that one. And I have, this is my mom. My mom's side, and this is my baby brother Matthew's side.
So mom's side is a
ladybug, and my brother's side is a bumblebee. So that turned out really well. And this rock is my dad. He has green eyes, huge mouth. He's a big guy. Uh-oh, I said that.
That's okay. He is a big guy. And?
And he has a brown nose. I didn't know which color to do it in. Maybe like this peach, or like this brown, or like...
Color decisions.
And like...
So now that they're dry, what are we going to do with them?
But I should...
Now that they're dry?
Now that they're dry, I'm going to put the spray on.
And what does that do?
And it goes on the rocks, and it goes, it like spreads it so it's all sealed. It's like for clothes.
This protects your paint, right?
Yeah, it's like on clothes. It's like Mod Podge.
Kind of like Mod Podge. Yes. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, right, Grandma?
Yes, we're going to spray them off camera. We're just sealing them up. You could use a polyacrylic of your choice. We're going to do the spray sealer, and then
Can I show them this?
we're done.
Grandma?
We're going to spray this one rock too. Sure, show them that.
My grandma has a special marker. It's like, what is it?
It has a chemical in the marker that when you apply heat to it, which I did with the heat gun, it burns the image into this. So Ellie's too young to use a wood burning tool, but in essence, this creates a wood burned image for her by just her drawing on her picture with a marker. So she drew her name and a beautiful unicorn and a sunny sky for the unicorn to be playing in. I just wanted to pop back on. You can see I'm on my own now and show you some of the finished rocks that I had done. So a couple of things. I had kind of engraved this little bee design on this, and when I was sealing Ellie's, I thought, oh, let me just seal that one. Totally disappeared because the white just kind of ended up going the same color. So what I did do, and you can see this is what it looked like without sealing, this is it with sealing. And so I went over, I reground, I took my Dremel and I went over the lines I'd already done to kind of reinvigorate the pattern. These ones, I had at first tried to put like the gold wax over the whole thing and then wipe it back with the idea that it would just stay down in the grooves. No, not a good idea unless maybe you've sealed the rock first so that you can wipe the gold wax away. So instead, I took it away from everywhere else, left it on here, and then went around the lines again to clean them up a little bit. And I like that look. It looked cute. This one, I just took permanent markers and just add a little bit of color in the leaves and the hearts to kind of make the little flowers stand out a little bit. Left the rest natural. This one, just to give you options. This one, I just wanted it simple and just to outline the seagulls. So this is, I tried with white wax first. Again, it didn't show up too much. So I just used a permanent white marker in the lines to give the idea of the white wax just sitting down in there. And I did the same with this one, which I just tried to see if I could actually write with the Dremel. So this is love. And you can, it's not, you know, it's perhaps not the easiest thing to do, but it was the last thing I did, so my skills had improved a little bit. It's still not perfect. So overall, you know what? I like this. I am better at it now. I think that I would be able to do better, cuter ones now. As with anything, right? You got to practice it first, try it out first, and then maybe you get better at it. But I do think that they make cute little additions to maybe tucking into a little planter, or maybe having like a little message rock with, you know, something like a heart that you put on and tucking it into a plant that you are gifting to someone, so that there's something a little bit special about that. And or, you know, just tucking them around your garden at home for people, your grandkids to discover here and there, and then claim it to the fairies, the garden fairies, who knows. I think it's got the potential to be super cute. I would make sure that I picked easy designs and patterns. I mean, I had thought at one point, hey, I could do this little bird. I don't think I can do that. He's a little too detailed. But I think I could do that bee, no problem. So there are things that, you know, I kind of figured out as I went that would be okay. I had thought about doing items like this. I think that's a little too much. I think that maybe the silhouette has a little bit more detail, but entirely doable. I think that you would just need to have ends with different thicknesses. So you would do the overall shape and then go to a much smaller gauge or size, or however tiny your ball at the end, however you measure those things, to be able to add the details in, like the curly tail and the details on the feather and that kind of stuff. So you could do it. I was just looking to do it all with one end and not adding to it. So depending upon how detailed you want to get, entirely possible. So I think kind of cool. Pick your own little looks and then go to it. It really grinds quite easy. You just want to go over the design a couple of times to get it deep enough that it's not just going to kind of disappear. So nothing that I anticipated doing until, oh my gosh, it's a PA day and Ellie was painting rocks, so I decided I would try grinding some. Sometimes that's how the ideas get born. Let me know what you think of this one, guys. As always, I welcome your comments and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, take care.